What's happening, boys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to your NXT review, and let's get straight into it because this episode was absolutely stacked. And we kicked the show off with a huge backstage brawl between Tony D'Angelo and Tavion Heights, and personally this one got me hyped for the show because this was no kerfuffle. This is like a proper brawl, which I did enjoy. And then we're on to the first match of the night between Jada Parker and Callie Armstrong, and to be honest, this match wasn't too bad. There was a lot of really good chain wrestling sequences during this match, which I did enjoy. There were some good reversals in the chain sequences, it was really nice. But overall the match was alright. It wasn't terrible, it was nothing to write home about. But the one talking point I want to take away from this match is that Callie Armstrong's finisher is a bag of ass. How the is she winning with a shoulder tackle? What is going on? What are we doing here? Can we think of something more creative? I understand she built a little bit of momentum off the ropes, but come on, it's a shoulder tackle. What are we doing? But anyways, Callie Armstrong picks up the win and stays undefeated in NXT so far, so good for her. And then we had a promo from Evil, and he's now called Naruka, but I'm just going to call him Evil for the purpose of people might understand more. But it was basically a simple promo. He is literally here for the NXT title, and that is his main goal, and that is a simple promo, and just the way I like it. Tell them your goal, and that's it. And then we had a really good match between Jackson Drake and Jasper Troy, and the one thing I will say about Jasper Troy is he plays the big man very well. He shows that he can't be moved, and that he was just tossing around Jackson Drake like he was an absolute ragdoll, which I really did enjoy. He plays that character really well. And another thing I noticed during this match is that Jackson Drake has uncanny parallels to Daniel Bryan. I noticed that immediately. He reminds me so much of Daniel Bryan, from his moveset to his gear. He reminds me of a young Daniel Bryan, and I really like that because I see big things for this boy. One thing that really sent it home for me is that he literally done Daniel Bryan's corner flip into either a DDT or whatever Daniel Bryan used to do. He used to do roll-ups, he used to do clotheslines, but Jackson Drake done it into a DDT, and oh my god, I don't know, there's something about this kid that he just had me thinking of Daniel Bryan. I was like, whoa, I haven't seen this in a long time. So I really enjoyed that. But yeah, this match was really good. Both characters played really well, and I enjoyed it. It was definitely a really fun match, but that's not even the main part of this match. We had Micah Lockwood debut during this match, and she looks like an absolute powerhouse. She slammed Jasper Troy like he was absolutely nothing, allowing Jackson Drake to pick up the win. But that is a pretty crazy debut and being added to the Vanity Project, so we'll see where this goes. And then we had a Zarya promo, and she says that she is done wasting time. She's got rid of everyone she needs to get rid of. It's time to focus on herself, and she's going for the North American Championship. And I was like, boo! I can't lie, I think she should be going for the NXT Women's Championship. I don't think she needs to be in the North American Championship picture. She looks ready-made. But she's going for the North American Championship, and yeah, I guess that's the direction we're going. So Tatum Paxley wastes no time and comes out to confront Zarya, just saying that she's going to have to kill her to get this championship, essentially. And then we had Lizzie Rain come out, and she's like, who wants to see some heavy metal championship reigns? And I'm like, yeah, cool, Lizzie Rain, I would not mind you in this title picture. And then Nikita Lyons comes out, and she's like, yes, I'm coming for this championship. And I'm like, okay, you keep telling yourself that one. But on a real, I kind of like her vibe. She's kind of good on the mic, which is weird. I know Nikita gets a lot of hate, but she's kind of good on the mic. It's weird. And then Nikita goes, I'm not done with the maiden of metal, and then attacks Lizzie Rain. Lizzie Rain gets kicked by Zarya. Zarya then suplexes Nikita. And then Tatum Paxley goes for the cemetery driver on Zarya. Zarya counters, hits her with an F5, stands tall, and it's obvious that Zarya is going to be going for the Women's North American Championship. But like I say, this probably should be going for the NXT Championship, but we move. But yeah, an interesting segment, and I think that tells a lot, because I think Lizzie Rain and Nikita Lyons are going to be in a feud. And I think Zarya is the main competitor to the North American Championship now. And then we had a pretty fun match between Mr. Iguana and Lola Vice versus The Cullen, Izzy Dame and Nico Vance. And yeah, this match was pretty fun for what it was. There was a couple of cool spots in this match. Mr. Iguana and Low Vice hit a double West Coast pop from the apron and the top rope, which was pretty cool. There were some other cool spots in this match. Nico Vance hit Mr. Iguana with a nasty headbutt. Like, I don't know how he didn't knock his teeth down his throat. Like, this was pretty crazy. Like, it looked real. But that was a pretty cool spot as well. The end of the match was pretty fun as well. Mr. Iguana had Nico Vance in a triangle submission, and Nico Vance reversed it when he was going for his powerbomb. He was going to go over the top rope, but Mr. Iguana held on, and so did Nico Vance, so he held him in the powerbomb position over the top rope, which I find mental, and hit the powerbomb on the outside, which I think was crazy. I don't even know what it was planned, but it was super cool. Izzy Dame goes and picks up the win for the Con by pinning Lola Vice, the NXT Women's Champion. So I think we've probably got our next Women's Championship match with Lola Vice versus Izzy Dame. So that's a huge win for Izzy Dame, but I don't see her picking up the championship unless shenanigans. But yeah, really fun match. And then we had a match between Hank and Tank and Dark State, and honestly this match was pretty mid. I tuned out most of it, but the main story beats that I picked up from this was that Dark State are still in turmoil between Saquon Sugar and Dion Lennox. Dion Lennox tried to hit a chair shot on Hank and Tank. Saquon Sugar wasn't having it, and them two just kind of acted like kids and stood in the corner and wouldn't talk to each other, which I found pretty funny. A little bit unserious, but it was pretty good. The match overall was a bit mid, like I say. The finish was pretty cool though. Hank or Tank, I'm not sure what one it was, they kind of looked the same, went for a dive out the ring and it was caught by Dark State, body slammed onto Tank or Hank, I'm not sure what one, and then hit with a finisher, like almost a Shield powerbomb style finisher, which was pretty crazy. I will say that was pretty cool. But yeah, Dark State picked up the win. They managed to coexist, but there's definitely more of this Dark State story than that meets the eye. We're obviously going to see more of this unfold during the weeks, and we'll probably have to break up with Dark State and a feud between Saquon Sugar and Dion Lennox at some point. That's just where I see it going. And then the boys in Dark State, they'll probably have to pick a side, and it might lead to a tag match. You never know. It'll be like Bloodline Rules in the Bloodline Civil War. We'll see where it goes. And then we had the main event between Tony D'Angelo and Tavion Heights, and honestly, this match was pretty fun. There was a lot of like brutal spots in this match. The one that's most memorable to me is that Tony D'Angelo went for a shoulder tackle in the corner and completely missed, went right through the middle rope and out onto the ground. Like, it was crazy. I don't think I've ever seen that before. It was really crazy. But this match was really physical, and Tavion Heights brought the smoke. Like, his wrestling style is really fun. Like, all the suplexes. He's a very technical wrestler, which I do like. But Tony D'Angelo wasn't bad at all. He was pretty good. But this match hit up a lot during the end stages, like as Cam Hendricks got involved and he got absolutely tossed for his trouble. He flew across the ring as Tavion Heights threw him in, and then out of nowhere, Miles Bourne comes out and does a flip over the top rope onto Cam Hendricks. So I assume that Cam Hendricks is now going to be inserted into the North American Championship picture, which I do not mind at all. I'd like to see where that feud will go. But then Tony D'Angelo, as Tavion Heights is now taking his eye off the ball, hits him with a choke slam and picks up the win, which, I mean, fair play. Don't take your eye off the ball, Tavion. And then he celebrates, and just as we're going off air, we think that the episode's done. Will Cruz comes out and cannonballs both Tavion Heights and Tony D'Angelo and stands tall, and I'm like, he's big, he's bad, your body slam yarda. Will Cruz, he's also now known as Mason Rook, which I'm not a big fan of, but anyways, he introduces himself, he goes, I'm Mason Rook and I'm here for NXT, and I assume he's going to be going after the NXT Championship, which I do not mind whatsoever, because I really do like Will Cruz. We'll see where this goes. But yes, I am very excited that Will Cruz is getting that main event rub, and he also got that main event rub off John Cena. So if John Cena knows who you are and credits you, I think you're going to be heading to the big time, kid. But yeah, a really fun way to end NXT with a nice cliffhanger. But that is it for this NXT review. Hopefully you enjoyed some of my opinions. I don't think there was any too controversial ones in this one, so hopefully that's not a bad thing. But yeah, I did enjoy this episode of NXT. Like I say, it was pretty stacked. There was a lot of promos during this. I just want to go over a couple quickly. Tristan Angels introduced himself, which was alright. Jada Parker had a crash out backstage, where Natalia is now going to help her, I think, and there was some other things, but I can't exactly remember them all. But yeah, nothing too memorable or key to point out. But like I say, that is it. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Route to Enema.